Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me at the Lonely Vine. So, episode 3, day 2 of our preservation challenge. It's been about 48 hours since we opened these bottles of wine. Popped our preservation systems into them, and we're going to see how they taste here after 48 hours. So, just to recap, we have we have 3 Pinot Noirs. We opened them all up. We've tasted each one. We tasted each one again yesterday. And the preservation systems we're using are, one's just a cork, like cork in the bottle, done. The other one is the vacuum bin, which is the pump where you pull the air out of it and create a vacuum inside the bottle. And the last one is the wine shield with the plastic membrane that you push down into the bottle, and then it floats on the wine, creating that shield between the wine and the air. So we've already had the wines poured into these 3 glasses. We've got our little indicators on them, our wine glass bling. You can see that's silver on one side, the letters on this side, and it is covered with the hockey tape, because that's how we roll here at the Lonely Vine. All right, so we got the 3 here. We'll go ahead and see what's going on with the nose. Then we'll see what's going on with the palate. Then we'll do a little unveiling, and then we'll do it again tomorrow around this time. I think 4 days is as far as I'm going to go. I really not looking to stretch it into the weekend. Weekends are crazy as they are. I don't want to try to get a 5th day in. And I think after 4 days, honestly, we're going to know what's going on and how many of us have a bottle of wine last 4 days. That's all. Or 5 days. So here we go. We'll start here. Okay, so right away on this one, it's really muted. That freshness that was there before is gone. There's not much to it at all. This one has a little bit more going on. Okay, let's talk about this one first. This one, it kind of just smells off. It's just bland and it's off, and it doesn't even really smell good anymore. I'm not detecting much fruit at all. It's just kind of meh. There's not much there. Should be really interesting tomorrow. Now these 2. Okay, of the 3, I think this one here has a little bit more of that fruit and freshness coming through. Okay. I think I have this in the order I want for the smells. it gets a little bit more challenging here because you're starting to smell things that you didn't smell before. When things have doled out. Okay, I think I have them how I want them here. With these two here, I'm getting some of those Pinot components that you kind of, there's, I'm getting some of that tomato leaf that you sometimes get out of them. Some of the red fruit is still there, but this one, it just yeah, so right now we're saying 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and taste the palate, and we'll work our way up from what we see as the poorest showing. Now there's still a little bit of decent fruit in this one, but the finish is kind of tailed off quite a bit. So the fruit's still there. There's that not that freshness that I was getting from it a couple days ago. But it tastes fine. It's about as far as I'll go with it. Now with this one, I'm sensing the alcohol a little bit more than I was previously. The fruit has kind of dulled out a little bit. I'm actually getting a tomato kind of tomato kind of taste coming through in the wine, which I definitely wasn't getting before. The brightness of the fruit has tailed off, but it's still, with that tomato coming through, that makes it a little bit interesting, but it's not nearly as fresh as it was the other day. And then this last one, it still has it still has some good qualities to it. The fruit is there, especially right off the bat. I get it, but it tails off pretty quick. The finish, though, is still, it's kind of staying with me. This one's held together pretty well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. All right, now at the bottom, we have the C. Okay, so that's the wine that was just cork and nothing else. The next one up comes through with the V. So now this one, was interesting because there was things coming through that I hadn't detected earlier. That it had some tomato coming through with it, which was interesting, but comparatively to where it was, it had fallen off some. Not as much as number 3, but more than number 1. So then this one, as yesterday, surprisingly, Should be the S, yeah, and it is. So that is the wine shield. So yeah, interesting. Interesting stuff. So we'll do this one more time tomorrow, and I think I've got a little surprise at the end of tomorrow I'm going to try. So until then, hopefully you've had a couple of different glasses or bottles of wine since we started this. But until tomorrow, cheers.